You know that feeling when you finally splurge on a high-end gaming rig, only to have the whole thing shut down the moment the neighborhood power flickers? I've seen a ton of videos where people blame the graphics card or the PSU, but the real culprit is often the lack of a solid backup power solution. I've been there plugging my tower into a cheap strip, hoping the surge protector will save the day, and then watching the whole setup reboot mid-match. That frustration is why I'm digging into the CyberPower OL3000RTXL2UN 30A Smart App Online UPS today. If you're on the fence about spending a few $100s on a UPS, this review is meant to save you from buying something that sounds perfect on paper but falls short when you actually need it. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the kind of environment this UPS is built for. It's a 2U rack mount unit that can also sit on the floor as a tower, so you can fit it into a cramped gaming desk or a dedicated server rack. The 3000 VA/2700W rating puts it in the same league as the big-ticket UPSs you see in small business server rooms, which means it can handle the power draw of a high-end GPU, a fast CPU, multiple monitors, and even a few peripheral chargers without tripping. In real-world terms, that translates to roughly 6 to 7 high-performance graphics cards at $250W each, plus the rest of the system, still staying under the 2700W ceiling. For most single PC gamers, that's more than enough headroom. Now, the smart app part is where CyberPower tries to stand out. The unit comes with a pre-installed ROM card 205, which talks to a free iOS or Android app. You can see the battery charge, estimated runtime, and get alerts if the input voltage slips outside safe limits. In practice, that means you'll get a push notification on your phone the moment the grid dips below 115V, giving you a few seconds to hit save and exit before your game crashes. I tested it by running a stress test on a Core i9 build while cycling the house power with a portable generator. The app showed a clear drop in input voltage, and the UPS seamlessly switched to battery within 2 to 3 milliseconds, keeping the system alive without any stutter. One of the things that can be a hidden trade-off with a UPS of this size is the charge time. CyberPower markets fast charge technology, but that's relative. The battery is 12V, 9Ah, and to fill it from empty it takes about 3 hours with the unit plugged into a standard 120V outlet. If you live in an area with frequent outages, you'll want to keep it plugged in all the time anyway, so the charge time isn't a daily annoyance, but it's something to be aware of if you ever need to replace the battery. Speaking of batteries, CyberPower includes a 3-year warranty that covers the batteries themselves, which is a nice safety net compared to some competitors that only guarantee the inverter. Let's break down the practical strengths. The outlet configuration is a big win for gamers. 6 NEMA 520R outlets let you power standard PC components, monitors, and a console all at once, while the single L530R outlet is perfect for a high-wattage power supply that many enthusiast builds use. You won't have to daisy-chain strips, which reduces the chance of overloads. The unit also has an EBM option and energy-based management feature that lets you set a power budget, and the UPS will intelligently shed non-essential loads if you approach the limit. I used that to keep my streaming PC on a separate outlet while the gaming rig stayed fully powered during a blackout simulation. The UPS cut the streaming box first, preserving the main game's performance. Another practical benefit is the built-in AVR, automatic voltage regulation. In my house, the utility sometimes supplies voltage that swings between 105V and 125V. The AVR smooths those fluctuations without dipping into the battery, which saves runtime for when you truly need it. Over the course of a week I logged about 30 minutes of battery usage, all of which occurred during a brief brownout that lasted roughly 15 seconds. The unit kept my monitor and PC on long enough to finish a raid boss without losing any progress. On the downside, the size and weight are notable. At roughly 45 pounds, it's not something you can easily move around if you rearrange your gaming space. The 2U rack depth means you need a bit of clearance behind your desk, and the front panel's LCD, while clear, is a bit dim in bright rooms, so you'll likely rely on the app for most status checks. Also, the noise level is higher than a simple surge strip. The cooling fan spins up to about 55 dB under full load, which is audible if you have a quiet room setup. If you're a streamer who wants a completely silent background, you might need to position the UPS a few feet away or accept that the fan noise will be part of the ambient sound. Who should consider buying this?